Welcome, guys, to another live episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about everything branding, and we're actually going to be talking about something here today, which I am actually. We're going to be talking about. If you're a Taylor Swift fan, I know you're probably like, Emmanuel. Oh my God, I didn't expect you to talk about Taylor Swift. Why in God's name are you talking about Taylor Swift? Because I'm going to talk to you about something. Listen, Taylor Swift single-handedly is one of the examples to show you the proof of business. The proof of the crazy thing is that you are doing business wrong. If you are a broke business owner right now, you're struggling to get your next client, you're struggling to sell anything. It's just kind of like it's insane because you're in a position where like you could barely get anybody to even show up in your front door, probably later on paying your rent for the office. But then you have Taylor Swift out here making millions of dollars. Now we're going to be using Taylor Swift as a case study for this example. So just do me a favor if you want to hear the full story. Do me a favor, in case you want to hear my take on this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and do me a favor if you are on Spotify, my next and favorite audio listening podcast. I only have Spotify because I like to listen to some podcasts like Joe Rogan and them. But if you are on Spotify, just do me a favor right now as you're going to be watching the replay. Follow, like, share, leave a comment, and also send me a DM on Instagram at the Really Gray if you have any comments regarding the podcast. But let's go ahead and dive into it. So first thing first, I'm going to go ahead and get my screen all pulled up here, and then we'll kind of go ahead and dive into what I want to talk about. So we'll be talking about Taylor Swift. Actually, that's not it. I'm jumping the gun right now. But I want to talk about something about Taylor Swift here. So we'll come back to that. But what I want to show you guys here, guys, is it's a little bit of a change here. But I don't know if you guys know that Taylor Swift is dating a guy named Travis Kelce. He's in Kansas City Chiefs. And I want you guys to think about this, right? I don't know how many people watch the NFL, watch football. Now, if you're like, well, Emmanuel, I'm not American, so I don't watch American football. I watch the real football, which is soccer, the one where you actually play with your foot. Um, yeah, like everybody else on the planet. But if you're in America, you call football the ball that you kick, you hold it, and then you run with it. That is football. And here's the reason why it's called football. For those of you who don't know it, it's because you're running, you're using your foot, using your feet, and you kick it once in a while. So technically, it is technically football, right? That didn't make any sense, but I'm going to run with it. All right, so let's go ahead and run through this, right? I don't know if you guys were around. I pretty much already showed it because I revealed my screen, but I don't know if you guys were paying attention to the fact that Travis started dating Taylor. And personally, I don't, because I feel like if I say this, half the internet is going to be like, how dare you? I don't listen to Taylor Swift's music. I mean, just not in her audience, so I really don't. Honestly, I'm African, so I listen to African music. Just saying, not really a fan of most other musics. But she started dating this guy, right? Now, someone said that there was a TikTok trend where women would go to their. I think I want to see if I can find this, where women would go to their husbands and they'll be like, "Did you know how much Taylor Swift made? Her husband, blah 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 blah." And apparently the husband would. I don't know, whatever the husbands do, but I gotta look on TikTok. I gotta look on TikTok to see if I can find it. But possibly it's going to take forever to do that because, as you guys know, I'm barely on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok, I will make sure it's usually my staff that's going to be on there. But let me see, Taylor Swift husband challenge or something to that regard. Even if she doesn't have a husband, but yeah, no. Technically, think about it. I want you guys to think about this. Imagine if you are in a relationship, right? Imagine if you because I had texted my girlfriend like, "Hey, listen, like Taylor Swift out here making millions. Well, what's going on? What's going on?" But yeah, that's gonna take forever. So we'll talk about that in a future video. But just imagine this, okay? I want you guys to imagine this. Just imagine if just by you being you, your name alone, right? Boom, you can raise the ticket prices to a football game. Why is that? Well, think about it, right? People are there to watch you, not really there to watch the game. Like people are there to get a sneak peek of you, not there to watch the game. And that's what happened back in September with Taylor Swift, where she showed up to the game to support a boyfriend at the time or relationship. I mean, honestly, being honest with you, I wasn't really paying attention. I just know that I saw this article and I'm like, hey, you know what? I got to talk about this article. But let's see here. So it says the so-called Taylor Swift effect. The Taylor Swift effect is not just boosting Travis and Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs, but other NFL teams. Swift appeared in the Kelce box at the Chiefs game on September 24, is affecting tickets to the team's upcoming game against the Jets at MetLife Stadium on October 1st. Just think about this. Just by her being spotted at the game, okay, by her, I guess this is a picture of her. Just by her being spotted at the game, got to the position in which the tickets for the next game actually was, went crazy. Because think about it, it says StubHub, a ticket resale platform. Let's get this. Saw 175% jump in Chiefs jet ticket sales 3 days after Swift's appearance at September 24. Because guess what? Her fans, like, if she was at that game, then she's gonna be again in the next game. So which means they're like, oh my god. Then that means if Taylor Swift's there, oh my god, I gotta be there. That's what's going on in her fans' head. And hey, listen, I don't know. I want to ask a real question. I'm gonna ask a real question. I don't know if I have any fans. You guys let me know. Do I have any fans? If I showed up to a game, you're like, oh my god, Emmanuel's gonna be at this game. Whoa! How many people are gonna say, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go buy a ticket to the game. How many? I'm very curious. Probably like I don't know, maybe one, two. My sister probably. My sister, girlfriend. Yeah, they probably will. But I don't think I'm really raising the ticket prices by 175%. So how does that apply? I'm going to continue. We're going to continue back there. But before we continue and go back to the article, let's look at it. Okay. So average business owner, right? Because think about this, guys. We gotta apply it to the economics and we gotta apply it to business, right? If you are a business owner, I want you to think about yourself as a brand. Okay, think about yourself as a brand outside of your family members. How many people will go above and beyond and they'll actually do something they don't usually do? Because you got to think about the majority of Taylor Swift fans. And let me see. I want to find this out. So, demographic of Taylor Swift fans. So, demographic of Taylor Swift fans. Okay. Let's look at the demographic of Taylor Swift fans. So, basically, let's see. So 52% of them were women. What's the fan base? What is the fan base of Taylor Swift? The fact that we're actually talking about Taylor Swift is just it's actually what kind of mind blowing. So let's see here. What is the so they call it Swifties. So 52%. So basically, majority of Taylor Swift fans are basically females. So if you're looking at it from that perspective, right? If you're looking for that demographics, then you got to think about it. Majority, women 100% do watch football. Like, when they go crazy. But if you think about it from the perspective of, if you're a Taylor Swift fan, how many of Taylor Swift fans actually are out there watching football? This is something that I'm curious about. Okay, I'm curious about that. How many? Let's say majority aren't necessarily interested in it, right? It's because if or let's say 20 or 30% of people that are her fans are not interested in football. Now, just by her being there, she's able to raise the prices. I'm thinking about it from a perspective of, imagine I'm like thinking about it. We're like, people are like, we're in a recession. Right? I don't really say we're in a recession yet, but I'm kind of going there. Things are getting expensive. Inflation's crazy. And people are going out there and buying tickets to a game that they never were intending to go to, because they were never going to go to that game regardless to begin with. But because they found out that she was going, then guess what? Everybody's buying tickets to go to the game. I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy. I want to get to a point in which I have that effect where people are like, oh my God, Emmanuel, I've been watching you on YouTube for so much. Oh my God, I listen to your Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I see that you're going to be in Miami, and I bought the tickets. Airplane tickets goes up just because I'm flying there. Oh, what? No. Maybe that's like next few years, but man can only hope and dream. But let's look at what the Swift effect, as they call it, right? So let's go back to the Swift effect. So according to the Swift effect, as we continue, right? So StubHub a ticket resale platform, saw 175% jump in Chiefs to Jets ticket sales 3 days after her appearance at the September 24 Chiefs game. A representative for the company told CBS nearly 20% of tickets for the October 1st game were sold the night of her appearance on the game. 20%. I'm just like, whoa, bro. Whoa. 20%. Just imagine that. People say, I'm just thinking about it from psychology of the person, people, like, they're like, oh my God, did you see her? Swift, she was there. Hold on. Let me make sure it's on full screen, because this is about to be funny. Like, oh my God, did you see that? cracked myself up. I cracked myself up. Like, oh my god, did you see that? She was on there. She was on. She was, we saw her. She's gonna be at the next game. We gotta find out when the Chiefs are playing, and we gotta go book tickets. And then they go and they're like, "Oh my God, Mom, we need your credit card." Like, why? Because we're going to see Taylor Swift. They're like, and you're like, why? Why is that important? We're like, shut. American. This is Americans, because as a Nigerian, I never would say this because but like technically I don't. Yeah, yeah. But Americans were like, shut up, Mom. That's what they would say. But Nigerians, you don't say the word, because you say the word, you're done. Like, you're done. Like, I don't think any of the country, you say the word and you're done. You're like, done. Because, yeah, that's an American thing. But, yeah, only Americans with that. But, yeah, because, there's here it's like, your parent. Because, funny thing is, I digress, but I'm telling you guys a story. So, I was at an airport, and this was probably, I don't know, this was like maybe 3 years ago. And I saw the mom, and the kid was misbehaving, and she was like, "Hey," I can't remember what the kid's name is, so I can't really say the name, because I honestly, this story is very vivid to me. But the kid was misbehaving, and the mom was like, "Hey," said the kid's name, "Hey, behave yourself, come back here." And he was running around, "No, come back here." And he, like, I'm trying to remember what happened, but I know it's either he screamed at her, he screamed at, and everybody at the airport, like not in the airport, but in that area, like where we were all sitting, just turned around and looked at the kid and looked at the mom. And then I remember there was a black lady. I remember this vividly. She goes, "Yeah." She said some curse. She said some words that I can't say. I can't say, just for the sake of the fact that yeah, this is she's well, the words that she said was basically a lot of curse words, but she basically was like, let me translate it to you. That kid is lucky that he ain't my kid. Because, like, if that was her kid, I'm pretty sure that boy would be, woo. Yeah, pray to God for him. But I digress. So that's basically an American thing. That's basic. And recently, me and my girlfriend, this was like probably a few months ago, we saw this kid, and I think it was same situation, similar situation, was walking in front of us. And I remember we were like leaving the airport, and the kid was misbehaving, and the way he was talking back to his mom, and she just looked at me, she goes, "No, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about there. Because no, I can't, obviously this is the internet, so can't say anything. So, you know, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna let you know. As a kid, my sister, I'll give you guys an example. My sister was supposed to pick me up from school this one time, and she was late coming. So I was like, "Hey, coming to school." So I was up playing with friends. We were hanging out in school. And I remember she came, she was looking for me. So she'd been in school for apparently 15, 20 minutes looking for me, right? And finally I was like, "Hey, let me go downstairs to see if she is out, downstairs wait, because it was kind of a fairly decent big school." And I came downstairs, and I remember I saw her, and she saw me, and I just started running. I just looked on her face. You know when you look at someone's face, and you look at, you come closer and you look in your face right now, and they look at you, and there's this look, and she gave me this look like I'm about to, like it's I would f you up. Basically, she basically gave me that look that I was like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, I gotta run. Oh yeah, I gotta run." So first thing I did was I turned around and I started running. But now here's the thing: my sister used to run in the track team, so she was fast. She was fast. So she every time I ran, apparently I'm slow. It's weird. I'm slow when I run for some reason, which is kind of tragic, right? But because what was fun, okay, I know I'm digressing because we're supposed to be talking about the Taylor Swift effect, but for some reason I'm digressing. But I'll tell you guys a story. I know you didn't ask for it, but I'm gonna tell you a story. So there's a story of me. I don't know how they chose me for this, but they chose me for the track team. This was before I got my ass whooped by my sister, but they chose me for the track team. And yeah, let's just say we never won for some reason. I just was not a runner. I was like, yeah, that kind of, looking back at it right now, that sucks. Yeah, that's tragic. But okay, back at it. Now let's go ahead and talk about but then again, if you guys want to catch up on the story about my sister, well, she ended up catching up to me. But before she caught up to me, she actually slipped and fell while chasing me. So you best believe, like, oh yeah, that was yeah. This was my elder sister, so there's a few age difference, but yeah, no, scary times, guys, scary times. But we go back to the Swift effect, right? So we got to talk about this Taylor Swift effect, because to me this is crazy, because one person basically showed up at the game, was able to raise the ticket prices to the next game. Like, oh my God. For real. For real. Like, for real. Okay. So we're back at it here. All right. So the total Swift effect. So 20% of the tickets was done basically for the October 1st game, was sold the night of Swift's appearance. The Chiefs Jet game is also the second highest selling game for the weekend behind the Patriots Cowboys game. Now, other platforms also saw a surge in Chiefs Jets tickets after Swift's appearance between Sunday, September 24 and Monday, September 25. Ticket resale platform SeatGeek saw a 26% increase in average ticket prices for the Chiefs Jets game. A representative for the company told CBS News average ticket prices started at $168 on Sunday, and it jumped to $212 on Monday and continued to slowly increase. On Wednesday, tickets to the game were up an average of $245. Now, why did I say that so slow? I said that so slow for you to kind of think about it from a perspective of this is. Listen, this is something I want you to think about. I want you to think about it from a perspective of you right now. You're running, because most people who watch us are either you're working in a job and you're looking for another, you're just like, hey, either you're trying to look for a side hustle, you're trying to look for something that's a little bit more full time, or you're in a position in which you are basically trying to, for the most part, grow your business. I don't know anyone who starts a business and just by you starting the business can go raise his ticket prices. If Justin Bieber started a business, the amount of money he will make would be very. I mean, he would make a lot of money. Like, think for instance, right? Let's look at this. Dwayne Johnson. I'm very curious. Dwayne Johnson. I can't remember what he has, a tequila brand and company worth. So think about it from a perspective. Dwayne Johnson starts a tequila brand. I think it's Teremana is where Johnson gets most money from. His tequila brand called Teremana is worth an estimated. Let me show this to you guys so you can see right now. This is basically, I Googled this right now as I'm talking to you. So his tequila brand called Teremana, and there's a spelling error here. Really, guys? It's worth an estimated $3.2 billion due to massive sales it made over the last 2 years from that. Johnson owns a significant 30%, that is worth an estimated $1 billion before taxes. $1 billion before taxes. Just think about this. Now, think about it. And then let's look at another thing. When was Teremana started? Teremana Tequila founded. Think about it. So it's $3.2 billion company, right? Now, this is something I want you guys to think about, right? Okay. You ready? You guys ready for this? So before I go ahead and share my screen, I want you guys to think about this. Take a guess. I want you guys to take a guess. How much do you think right now, obviously we already know it's worth $3.2 billion, but think about this. When was Teremana founded? Don't Google it. I already Googled it. Don't Google it. Jesus Christ. Don't Google it, guys. I Googled it. Okay? I Googled it for all of us. Don't Google it. But when was Teremana founded? 5 years ago? 10 years ago? I know you're about to Google. Don't Google it. I swear to God, don't Google it. 15 years ago? 20 years ago? 25 years ago? How about 30 years ago? When was Teremana founded? Do you think? When do you think? All right, let me pull this up here so we can basically. Teremana was founded in March of 2020. In 2.5 years, the company is worth $3.2 billion. So I now bring the question to you. How many of you can start a business and within 2 years, 2.5 years, you're making $3.2 billion? No, say, tell me, can you start a business right now and within the next 2.5 years, your business is worth $3.2 billion? No, I'm listening. No, I can't hear you. No, you said no. Say it again. You said no. No, I can't hear you. No. Yeah. Obviously, I can't hear you because obviously, Jesus Christ, I'm basically making this. We're basically shooting this on a video, and obviously, we're not having a conversation. But you still said no. You know why? Because nobody knows you. Nobody knows you. Nobody knows who you are. As far as the planet is concerned, you're just a number. You're like, bro, I have my business and I do $20 million a year. But still, It took you like 15 years to get there, and you have this guy doing 3.2 billion in 2 years. And then you're like, Emmanuel, well, are you doing 20 million? No, I'm not. No. And even if I was, I wouldn't tell you. But still, that brings the question. This is part I want you to keep in mind. You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Here's what you have to do. This is something you keep in mind. You have to keep in mind the power of your personal brand. Branding. Branding is key because you got to think about it. Dwayne Johnson, 3.2 billion, what owning 30% and making being worth 1 billion before taxes. Because obviously, the IRS is going to be like, hey, listen, man, you owe us about 37% of that. So we'll keep 370 million safe for you. You keep 530 and we're good. Good deal. Good deal. All right. All right. Because we're all in business with the government. Just FYI, make sure you understand that. We're all in business. The government is your business partner. They're there to take your money. But I digress. So let's look at it from that perspective now. It's your personal brand. How many of you even have a personal brand? Most people are even scared to post. Oh my God, I don't want to post on Instagram because I'm going to get dislikes. People are going to hate on me, so I don't want to post on social media. Oh my God, people are going to be like negative comments and like, why would I post on YouTube and TikTok? Because oh no, or you probably think like, oh no, I'm too ugly. Well, if you are, guess what? You're not trying to attract somebody. You're trying to make some moolah, money, greens, Benjamins, right? So whatever it is that's holding you back from building a personal brand, because imagine if Taylor Swift was like, "Oh my God, I'm not going to do it just because someone out there thinks better than me." If she'd done that, guess what? She would not be out here influencing ticket prices. She wouldn't be worth hundreds of millions of dollars if she was holding back, just like you are holding back right now because you are probably being a chicken. I said it. Yeah, I said it. Yes, I said it. You're being a chicken. Of course. Someone's got to tell you that. Someone's got to tell you that right now, that you have to take the personal initiative. I know. I feel like I'm like preaching right now. Hallelujah. Let me get an amen. Amen. Let me get an amen. But let me tell you something. Let's be very, very serious here. Because the Taylor Swift effect, which is basically she's able to, just by her personal brand, people knowing the name Taylor Swift. I'm pretty sure the people that are going to name, like Taylor Swift fans, are probably going to name their kids Taylor Swift and then the last name Franklin or something. So like Taylor Swift Franklin, something. People are going to name their kids after. Probably you're going to even have people's first names being Taylor Swift. It's like, hey, what's your first name? Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. Like, okay, yeah, okay. You can tell the family was definitely a Swiftie. You can tell the parents were definitely Taylor Swift fans. Right now, am I talking about Taylor Swift fans? Absolutely not. If anything, I'm telling you, watching is that you need some fans. You need people that are going to rave about you, which means you need to be providing value. You need to be providing some sort of value. Like legit, you need to be providing some sort of value. And if you are not providing value to people, if you're not in a position where you're being valuable, if you're not in a position in which people know you, because listen, if you're like, well, people know me. Well, I'm not talking about your mom. I'm not talking about your wife. I'm not talking about your friends. I'm not talking about the people at the pub. I'm talking about strangers. How many people know who? Well, that sounds wrong. But how many people know who you are? And you're like, well, I'm an introvert. So what? The other day, I remember this. This was like when we first started. We had a lady, this was an amazing lady. She joined us, and she was like, we were talking about you basically launching marketing campaigns for her, and she's like, well, I don't want to do anything on camera because I'm very camera shy. And I was like, ma'am, yeah, I'm like, yeah, we can still work with you, but obviously, I would always highly recommend that you build a personal brand. You become somebody that people know, so people do business with you, because people do business with people that they like and people that they trust. Like and trust. Why do I make this content? Why do I keep showing up? Because I want you guys to be like, hey, I rock with Emmanuel. Emmanuel is, he tells me, the truth. Keeps it real. That's what we're here for. That's what I'm here for. And if you're like, hey, Manuel, you're being very extra today, it's because you need to get this message. Because I don't know who needs to get this message, but you need to get this message, and you need to get off your butt. And right now, you need to go out there and you need to start making some content. You need to put yourself out there, because listen, you're going to get haters. So what? Listen, hate doesn't come from the top. What? Do you think right now there's a millionaire that's hating on you? You making 150, 100 grand a year? Do you think he's a millionaire? It's like, oh my God, Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy. Oh my God, Jimmy. What does Jimmy think he is? No, he's too busy making his money or her money. So, in your life right now, in your perspective, in your mind right now, listen, why do you care so much about what people think about you? I know who I'm talking to right now, but I'm talking to you. Why do you care so much about what people think about you? Let me tell you something. Because guess what? If you're worried and concerned about what they think about you, what do you think they're thinking about? They're worried and concerned about what other people think of them too. And then everybody's just self-obsessed with what the other person thinks of them when no one really is thinking about you. Because listen, you're not going to be able to think, oh man, there was this young lady that was telling me about, she had a date with this guy and she felt like she messed it up. And she was like, oh my God, he's probably thinking about that I'm a terrible person, I'm a bad person. And I'm like, no, the dude is not even thinking about that. He's probably doing his own thing right now. There's people want like, oh my God, oh, what did Jimmy do? Oh my God, you sit down, you're like, Jimmy, you're like, hey, do you know about Jimmy? Oh, hey, do you know about this? No, people don't care. No one cares. I'm gonna tell you right now, nobody cares. This is saying nobody cares. Nobody cares. People doing their own thing. So you have to go out there and put your business out there. Make some content. Jeez, put something out there. Come on now. You cannot be an individual that's living on this planet that has value to offer, and you're like, oh my God, I'm camera shy. I'm an introvert. What's my friends gonna think about this if they think I'm making this? They're gonna think I'm an influencer. They don't think I'm a YouTuber. Do you think I do this for money? Someone's like, oh my God, you podcast. You do podcast. You must be like rich. I'm like, I don't do podcast for money. This is for the personal brand. This is for the brand, the name, the last name. And guess what? If you get haters, they're free advertisers. Okay? Your staff members that just don't know it yet. They're promoting you. Okay? And we're gonna listen. Oh my God, I gotta drink a lot of water after this. Lots of water. I gotta drink some water. Okay, so the swift effects here. Not only that, traffic for the Chiefs game page on Vivid Seats increased 173%, and traffic to the Chiefs game on the site increased 126%. And fans seem to be looking further ahead. Okay, so basically, traffic to the Vikings Chiefs game page, where fans could buy tickets to the October 8th game, have increased 121%. There's a value in having Swift at the stadium. I'm going to say this: average ticket price to her Eras tours at MetLife, US Bank, and Powerfield Gate, Allegiant, and SoFi Stadium were 242% higher than the average price for tickets to Chiefs games at those stadiums, according to representatives of Vivid Seats. Oh my God! Just think about that. I'm still like, I mean, even think about them. She boosted the sales for the Kelsey's jersey by roughly 400%. I asked my girlfriend this. Listen, I got to get a jersey of my name so she can, like, she's got to sing, but I mean, we got to work on the vocals, but yeah. But listen, and it even gets better. It even gets better, guys. Because listen, this is one thing I want to show. So according to CNN Business, I want you guys to kind of let's just kind of pull this up here. And I'm running a one-man solo show here, so there's no like my producer's not up, and for some reason one of my laptops inside, so laptop out. Okay, so basically, she has a movie out, right, called the Eras Tour, basically, which raked in about $96 million in the box office. I'm still positive about the fact she can raise tickets, the fact that she's adding money to the US GDP. But think about this. It's basically, in the opening weekend, the pop singer's concert film Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, raked in about $96 million in the box office in the US and Canada. Movie theater chain AMC said Sunday. Just think about that, okay? So Eras also made about $32 million in international states. It was number one at the box office in the UK, Mexico, Australia, Germany, and the Philippines. Shout out to the Philippines. Eras is set to be released in Brazil, South Korea, Malaysia, Singapore, Taiwan, and Hong Kong on November the 3rd. Guys, if somebody made a movie about you, how much you think it's gonna make? Just straight up. How much you think so? I personally think if somebody made a movie about me, it's gonna make like $5,000. And you're like, okay, man, how do you know it's going to be $5,000? Because I'm gonna charge $1,000 a ticket because I know five people, only five people's gonna go watch it. So I'm gonna charge like $5,000 for that ticket. I'm like my 5-year-old son. I'm like, hey son, listen, here's $1,000. Go watch the movie. Go watch the movie. We're like, but dad, I'm only 5. I'm like, yeah, still go watch the movie. Still same thing. So I mean, you guys got to think about it from this perspective of you got to work on your personal brand, like straight up. You got to work on your personal brand. Your branding is key. If people don't know you, they can't flow you money, right? So that's pretty much what I'm going to say right there, guys. Just think about it from the perspective of the fact is to, if somebody made a movie about you, how much money, how much moolah is it going to make? How much money? So listen, guys, that's what I got to have for you here. In closing, let's just kind of put some closing statements here, right? We basically covered the fact as to Taylor Swift fans got money. Okay, so if you do business, advertise to Taylor Swift fans. But no, just in straight up, just make sure to work your personal brand, provide value to people. You'd be surprised how much money you can make just by having a personal brand. And don't feel guilty about it. Don't feel bad about getting haters. Listen, tell you what, haters are just admirers. They just don't know it yet. Do your advertisers just don't know it yet? Do your employees just don't know it yet? They're helping you grow a business. They just don't know it yet. That's what I got for you guys. So do me a favor, like the video, sub to the channel. And if you're watching this on Spotify, I'm going to say it again. Hit the follow button. And it's an absolute pleasure having everyone on. And thanks again for everybody joining me here today. And I wish everyone an awesome, amazing